Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to the very next episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is episode 14, and in the last part we finally got done with fighting Lavrina. We got out of the Cypher Shadow Pokemon Lab, so we're all done there, and we left off having to go check on Datan, because he was supposed to be analyzing the data ROM. Oh, Datan is the man who's always fooling around with his computer, blah blah blah, and we can't find him. So the first time I played this game, I spent probably like a half an hour searching for him because he's in a very discreet spot that you wouldn't think about. I mean, I actually didn't find him until I gave up and decided to go leave and train somewhere because he is on the way out. So if you go outside and go to the right over here, he's just hanging out, all dejected. Well, I'm sorry, Professor, I couldn't decipher it. Oh, you failed, Datan, you failed. You scared me half to death. That data ROM is heavily protected like a bank vault. It would take a seriously talented guy to break through and get at the contents. A seriously talented guy, you say? Oh, Professor Crane, creepin', as usual. What's up, man? Oh, wow, Professor, I'm terribly sorry. Aha, it can't be helped. And if it's a seriously talented guy we need, well, I think I may have a solution. You know a seriously talented guy? Who would that person be? Culination, I'm sorry to spring this on you, but can you deliver the data ROM to ONBS in Pyrite Town? What is ONBS? That's something we're not familiar with. ONBS is actually a really cool building to go visit. ONBS is known as a TV network, but they're much more than that. The people that later founded ONBS were actually instrumental in breaking Cypher's conspiracy 5 years ago. Good to know. Please deliver that data ROM to Nett at ONBS. He's the right-hand man to Sec, ONBS's leader. And you probably will recognize these names, like Sec and Nett, because they were actually involved in the whole Cypher ordeal, as Professor Crane was saying, in Pokemon Coliseum, which was supposed to take place 5 years prior to the events in Pokemon XD. And if you play through Pokemon Coliseum, you'll remember Nett and Sec as little kids, and they were part of the Kids Grid, and apparently that eventually grew into what is now modern-day ONBS. And that's going to be the huge white building on the right here, which is definitely a new building. If you remember in Coliseum, it was just an old warehouse, so they must have renovated it and fixed it up, and now it's ONBS. Pretty much the only modern building in this entire city. Welcome to Pyrite Town, folks. The town with probably the best music ever. I love the music here. And as we arrive... Oh, hello, gasp, gasp. Marsha, wait for me. And cameraman will be found chasing somebody named Marsha out of the town. We'll learn more about that later. There goes Marsha tearing off like a tornado. Huh? What's up with you, kid? Why are you giving me the eye like that? Do you know who I am? I'm Gale. They call me the gatekeeper of Pirate. That smoldering look says you're raring to challenge me. No, actually I'm not. I don't want to battle you. You can battle him later, and he's actually pretty good for getting experience. He doesn't give you a lot of money, and he doesn't have a shadow Pokemon like he did in Pokemon Coliseum when he had a Ferret. Moving on. Alright then, what have we here? Well, if it isn't Truly and Folly. What are we up to? You got it all wrong. We're here to do some shopping. That's believable. Yeah, you guys look like hardcore shoppers. Now don't you lie to me, I know about the likes of you. Cut us some slack, Officer Johnson, sir. We've had a change of heart. We've sworn off our criminal ways. Yes, sir. No, no, no. That doesn't wash with me. No, sir, it doesn't. I won't have you lot walking around the streets as if you own the place. Tuh. Pompous oaf. Folly the man won't listen to reason. Let's get out of here. Alright. And they're just gonna run away, because that isn't suspicious at all for them to just randomly take off running. Anywho, we're not going to go in any of the buildings here, except for maybe the hotel. Those two just ran off. They're named Folly and Truly. They once belonged to Cypher, but just as mere grunts. So a lot of these characters, especially in Pyrite Town, because Pyrite was a big deal in Coliseum, a lot of these characters are the same from the last game. Okay, shut up, Johnson. Pow! Alright, let's go take a look inside the hotel, only because there's some items in there that I want to pick up. You can get your Pokemon healed here because there's no Pokemon Center, quote-unquote. Picked up the 3 Great Balls there. But it does cost a fee, and I don't even know what the fee is because I just choose not to use it. In the corner room over here, we can pick up a Focus Band, which will allow your Pokemon to sometimes hold on to 1 HP when it would be knocked out, so that's pretty interesting. Paralyze Heal. I don't know if I'm ever going to use that. Probably. Let's talk to this guy. Oh, it's a wild Zigzagoon. It's cute. No, oh, he's having strange dreams, and I'm just going to walk away. Bye. Let's get out of this place. That's all we need to find in here. Mainly for the Great Balls and Focus Band. This is the Dual Square, which, as you remember from Pokemon Coliseum, or if you didn't play Pokemon Coliseum, let me explain that a little bit for you. Basically, you can fight these 5 trainers as much as you want, and get experience and get money, and every time you go into a building, you can come back out and battle them again. Unlike Pokemon Coliseum, those 5 trainers do not have a Shadow Pokemon each, so you don't have to fight them in order to get those Pokemon. You're not missing anything by not fighting them, only experience. My name's Rocket, I'm warming up now, blah blah blah. I don't care about you, so I'm gonna leave. In this big giant gap over here is gonna be the Pokemon Coliseum. When Cypher ruled Pirate, the admin in charge was a man named Myra B. The name is laughably silly, but he was supposed to be a tough battler. He actually wasn't that tough of a battler, but that's okay. I believe you can enter the Pirate Coliseum right now, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to save that for later. I am going to be taking on all the Coliseum challenges, and I believe there's 4 sets in each one, so I'm going to be taking on all the sets. So don't worry about that. All of that will be covered later on. Now, we need to actually get to what we were supposed to be doing by coming to Pirate in the first place, and that's visiting ONBS, and we need to find Nett. First, there's a couple of things that we have to do in this building, and there's a side quest. We have to rescue a little girl, and we do need to go watch a news report and talk to Sec, which is the person in charge here. None of these rooms on the bottom floor have anything that you need. You're not missing anything, so just basically go up the elevator. The first room on the 2nd floor is going to be Sec's room. You need to go talk to him, otherwise you won't be able to move on. I'm supposed to be in charge here. I'm glad to meet you. What's up, Sec? Started by kids 5 years ago during the Shadow Incident. A tiny network has grown into this today. I operate this place with my partner, Nett. We're convinced that reporting the unvarnished truth will be good for the peace and justice. Okay. So let's explain to him what's going on. Yeah, Cypher's being retarded again and trying to take over the world. You know, this all happened before. Nothing new. Okay, now that we've talked to Sec, there's the missing girl up there. And we don't need to go in any other rooms over here, except this one all the way to the left is going to be where the news report is, and we need to watch this. If you don't do this, you're going to have to come back down here to watch this, so you might as well do it while you're here. And this news report is only going to talk about events that already happened, like talk about how, yeah, some kid why can't I talk? Some kid rescued Professor Crane, blah 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 blah. And we don't care about that. Alright, that's a wrap, Anka, good job. I like that her name is Anka. Anka the Anchor. I did. I missed the room. Crap, you have to enter from over here. And just run past this big bodybuilder lady and talk to the little, I don't know where my mommy is. Can you help me find my mommy? Okay. I know where your mommy went. Creepily enough. Alright, so there's nothing left for us to do on this floor, so we're going to head upstairs yet again. And yeah, this building's actually really big, and it gets kind of annoying when you have to run up and down all these elevators. Alright, not this room, it's this room, I believe. There we go. Oh, this isn't going well. I have to go on the air soon, but my Candy hasn't come back. Her name's Candy. I like Candy. Ha! Sweetheart! Mommy! Yay! Oh, am I glad to see you. I was worried about you. Yeah, such a lovely reunion. And, Oh yeah, that guy brought me here. Yeah, now give me items. The reason you want to do this is because when you talk to her after you bring her back here, this is just a small token of my appreciation, and you're going to receive a Soothe Bell, which is perfect for increasing the happiness of Pokemon. It's a held item, and it's good for making Pokemon that evolve based on happiness. So, if you have a Zubat or a Chansey, both of which you can catch in this game, and both of which require happiness in order to evolve. Also Togepi, which is a little bit later on. All three of them are good candidates to hold the Soothe Bell. And I don't know if there's another area where you can get that in this game. There's a couple of items that you can find two of. I'm not sure if Soothe Bell is one of them. But for one thing, that's the first area that you can get a Soothe Bell. So there you go. Alright. So now we can just enter in this little door right here. My throat is like tingling like crazy. Hello, I've been expecting you. You're Culination, right? I'm Nett, and this is Bit. He's my friend and invaluable partner. Both of these characters you'll remember from Pokemon Coliseum, as I've said before. Bit's kind of like his right-hand man, even though he stands on the left side. Yes, Bit, but now's not the time to waste chatting. Yeah, we have stuff to do, so like, stop talking to me about random stuff. I've deciphered something similar to this before. It brings back memories. I think it's going to take some time for me to check the contents. Can you wait while I do that? Yes. Absolutely, Nett. We can wait. You know, we don't have anything important to do or anything. We don't have a busy life. Alright, so, where are we going to be going? We're going to be going to visit Duking. And that's another character that you'll remember from Pokemon Coliseum. He's the big buff dude who's like 7,000 feet tall. Oh yes, may I have your PDA number? I'll contact you as soon as I find anything out. Oh, everybody wants our number. We're a popular dude. Where is our news team? I think they said the Rock Pokespot? Yeah, the Rock Pokespot. I think this Pokespot was the destination. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere out in the desert. And that's where we're going to be headed because that's where Duking and the ONBS news team is. They're covering something on wild Pokemon. Yes, wild Pokemon in the Ore region, which is kind of interesting because if you remember correctly, in the last game it was very clear that wild Pokemon just simply don't exist in the Ore region. Well, that has changed in the last 5 years. And now there are, while only limited wild Pokemon, there are 3 different spots where you can catch wild Pokemon in this game. The first of which is the destination that we're going to right now, the Rock Pokespot. And at each spot, there's 3 different Pokemon that you can catch. So there's a total of 9 wild Pokemon available in this game. Oh, hey, look, it's Trudeline Folly. Hey, don't you think it's too tough for us to pull anything in this town? Our faces are too well known. But you guys are wearing sunglasses. I think it's more like your hair and your headwear, honestly, than your faces that are well known. But that's okay. I went and snuck a transmitter on the boss. Wow. That's not creepy. You can tell where he is by checking this radar. So we can always be ready for him when he blows his top. I have to hand it to you, Folly. Way to go. Huh? Truly, looks like we've got email. Oh, they're popular too. Everyone emails them. Is it the boss? Let's see. You two come back right now, it says. Oh, gosh darn it all. He sounds like he's fuming. He might dock us dinner again. We better scoot back. They use really awkward wording. It's not much use if the boss is going to page us by email. Why do our lives have to be like this tragic? Like, I don't know. Just leave. I don't know how they don't get arrested for just running around all the time. Honestly, that's disrupting the peace. Really. And they had to run right by Officer Johnson. He didn't do anything. Oh well. We're off to the Rock Pokespot. There it is, a rough and rocky Pokespot where wild Pokemon appear. The only trick to catching the wild Pokemon is that there's no grass or anything like that. It's a little bit different. We bring you news while it's breaking. Today, we're visiting Duking, the discoverer of Pokespots where wild Pokemon appear. Duking is said to be the driving force behind the booming popularity of wild Pokemon in Pyrite. Duking, so is this the Pokespot that you discovered? Hello, Duking here, that's absolutely right. For 15 long and torturous years I toiled, snatching sleep only grudgingly to find this Pokespot. 15 years, is that true? Yeah, one shouldn't let details get in the way of the story, isn't that right, Betty? It's Pofty. Oh, she gets really upset. Alright, let me explain how one goes about attracting wild Pokemon to a Pokespot. Well, seeing as you're here, wouldn't it be better if I got someone to demonstrate? Oh, you there. Yes, you kid. You'll be perfect. Come on over here, mate. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next episode, because we're just about out of time. This is kind of a long episode, but that's okay. I've been having some short ones lately. In the next episode, we're going to talk to Duking, and he's going to explain to us about the Pokespots. And then we have to head on back over to Pyrite Town to talk to Nett. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for episode 15. Game on.